You're watching K34QB, Vail.
Welcome to this Saturday edition of Good Morning Vail. Now, tomorrow is the official start of fall. Can't believe it. And we are going to talk to a man that catches his fresh fish here in Vail. Very cool. Catchbox, the owner of Catchbox, is coming in, as well as Allie from the Bookworm, and so many more amazing people are going to sit down and talk to you. So get that cup of coffee, sit back. Good Morning Vail starts right now.
Hey, it's your boy, Nephew Tommy, your host for an all-new season of Black College Quiz, where the nation's best and brightest display their knowledge of Black history and culture while competing for prizes and scholarships. So get ready to see HBCU Nation take the academic field. Black College Quiz! BCQ! Black College Quiz! BCQ! Black College Quiz! BCQ! Yeah, man.
You know TV8 Vail has great local content, but did you know about our production services? Hire an expert to develop your website reel, commercials, live stream events, studio production, and more. If you can dream it, we can help you do it. TV8 delivers high-quality content in both English and Spanish. Contact us today to discuss your next project. Email Danielle at tv8vail.com or call 970-628-9881.
Welcome to Hiring America, the television program that helps veterans find jobs and transition back into civilian life. Hi everyone, I'm Gigi Stone Woods. I'm truly honored to host this vital program. Reach out to the opportunities you see on this program by logging onto our website, hiringamerica.net, and by following us on social networking sites such as Twitter. We'll keep that information available throughout the broadcast and on our website 24/7. Now, let's get down to business.
For the latest and greatest trends in pop entertainment, Popstar Today brings you compelling celebrity lifestyle stories that matter most to you. From movies, music, TV, and streaming shows, to fashion, social media influencers, and the latest on who is seeing who. Join host Elizabeth Stanton as she digs deep and dives in. This is Popstar Today.
Welcome to this weekend edition of Good Morning Vail. Now, Alzheimer's is something that so many of us have lived with someone that has it or know someone that has it. And actually today is the walk to end Alzheimer's. We got to sit down and have a talk. Let's take a look.
Good morning,
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. We've got a lot of great charities, a lot of great charity events that take place in and around the Valley. I am joined with Melinda Gladich here to talk about the Walk for Alzheimer's.
Yes.
Let's talk about it. Now, you're a volunteer. You're chairing it, correct?
Yes.
What a big job.
It is, but I'm passionate about it. I lost my mother to the disease in 2017 and had retired at the same time, and so decided that this was where I was going to spend my time.
Right. Now,
Yeah.
we're starting to hear a lot more about Alzheimer's disease. What can you help with your experience to share with the viewers on your experience?
Well, it is, first of all, it is a horrible disease, as I think most people know. Nearly everyone is affected by it in some way. They either have a loved one, or they're affected themselves, or they have a dear friend. There are 7 million people in America suffering from the disease. It kills 1 in 3 seniors, which is more than breast cancer and prostate cancer combined.
Wow.
And yet it is one of the only major diseases like this with no cure today. And there are more and more treatments coming out, which is really promising. It makes me so hopeful and inspires me to continue to do what I do. There are drugs now that are slowing the process of the progression of the disease so that people diagnosed have more time to have a normal and productive life.
Right.
So that's encouraging, and the research is ongoing and growing.
Yeah, I remember my grandmother went through that and how hard it was to see my mother in dealing with that situation. It does, like you said, affects everybody in the family, friends, and touches everybody.
It does. The caregivers really bear the brunt of the disease.
Well, it's so nice to see. There's a lot of celebrities that have come out that have talked about Alzheimer's with that happening. But what's even better is people like yourself that go out to do walks and raise money and awareness for Alzheimer's. So let's talk a little bit about the walk and how that got started.
Okay, the Walk to End Alzheimer's there are actually 600 walks across the country. And it is one of the major fundraising vehicles for the Alzheimer's Association. So our walk has been around since 2018 was the first year that we had a walk in Eagle County. We are the only walk between Grand Junction and Denver. So we pull in a lot of people from the Glenwood Springs area. We have a number of sponsors from Glenwood Springs through Summit. So we kind of, pull from that entire corridor. The walk is held this year, Saturday, so please join us. It starts at 9 a.m. for registration, and we have a festival area. Many of our sponsors exhibit, and so they will have all kinds of good information and goodies. We have entertainers that are appearing kind of throughout that festival time period. And then at 10 o'clock, there's a program, a Promise Flower program. We have 4 different colors of flowers that represent a connection with the disease. And then directly following that is the walk. It's a 2-mile stroll through Eagle. It's beautiful.
Yep.
And after the walk, this year for the first time, we have a post event going on at Capitol Public House, which is just up the street from the pavilion. They, together with Visiting Angels, are sponsoring a post fundraising event, and we have a band playing. The Evolution will be performing beginning at 11 o'clock. So we just want to continue the fun and the energy of the day.
It's a great time to remember those that were affected by Alzheimer's. It's a wonderful time to enrich people so they understand what Alzheimer's is so they can help spread the word.
Exactly. That's what we're all about. Awareness is almost more important than fundraising because there's still a stigma associated with the disease for many people, and we need to eliminate that. It is a disease like any other. And people should not feel isolated, but they often do.
Now, how many people are you expecting this year?
We hope to have about 250 to 300 people.
Good.
We're fingers crossed.
Yeah.
It's a busy time of year, and as you know, in this valley, there are so many things going on for people to choose from.
Right.
But we really hope people choose to spend the morning with us.
Yeah. A couple hours out of your day to get over to the beautiful Brush Creek Pavilion.
Right.
Saturday morning, 9 a.m.
Saturday morning, 9
enjoy.
a.m. Please be there.
Now, where can people go find more information?
They can go to our website, which is act.alz.org,
Okay.
Rocky Mountain, /Rocky Mountain.
Perfect. So you've got something for the region, Rocky Mountain resources, things people can go online. If they need to network with someone over some assistance.
They can get connected through that
Okay.
website. Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
Well, great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for everything you're doing. It means so much to the community. It means so much for everybody in and around that's been affected by Alzheimer's.
Well, thank you for the opportunity to let people know.
All right. Well, get out there, 9 a.m., Brush Creek Pavilion on Saturday. It's not just a walk, it's an event. There'll be a lot of vendors set up, an after party, some musical events. So it's going to be a lot of fun to get out there, learn a little bit about Alzheimer's if you don't know, help spread the word, and of course, help contribute to the cause. We'll be back with more Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail.
Next up, we've got a special duo from two of the best voices in the bluegrass and country genres.
We know you're going to love this one from Melanie Cannon and Willie Nelson. Here's Back to Earth.
Songs our love created, I still sing. And every night we make the rafters ring.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Welcome to Nantucket Rope Bracelets. All of our stylish bracelets are handmade in our Nantucket workshop, using only the best non-shrinking line with soft, flexible finish. Find us at NantucketRopeBracelets.com and order your beautiful piece from Nantucket today.
Good morning, Vail.
I don't know about you, but I love fresh fish, and this is so awesome. The owner of Catchbox is teaching us how to get fresh fish right here in the valley. Let's take a look.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the show. I'm super excited to have this very special guest with me. This is Caleb Walker. Now, you might have heard of Caleb's Catch, but now we have changed the name, and I'm really excited. If you love seafood, this is something you're going to want to sit back and enjoy this conversation with you, Caleb. I'm really excited. So chatting with you before we came on camera, you're obviously from the East Coast because you love to fish and sport fish and all the other great things. So you were raised up in North Carolina.
Correct.
And you experienced the fishing scene then, and it just grew from there, I'm guessing.
Yeah, just avid outdoorsman.
Yes.
Grew up fishing with my folks and my brother, big hunter. That's actually what brought me to Colorado.
Okay.
To be a hunting guide up at Sweetwater Lake Resort. But yeah, a lot of influence with commercial fishing in Alaska through my brother as a little kid. Big fish stories and.
Oh, I bet.
Kind of stuck with me.
I caught this fish, it was this big.
Yeah, it was big, yeah, a little bigger than that.
That's so funny, yeah, I've heard that before. Now, I was also raised on the East Coast, so I am a humongous seafood lover, but I love it out here so much. So there's an actual way that we can get fresh, delicious salmon and halibut and all of the great items that you guys have, and there's a way to do that through you, which is really exciting. But first, tell us about Caleb's Catch and how you went into becoming Catchbox.
Sure. Liz, again, thanks for having me on
My pleasure.
today. So started fishing in 2008 in Alaska, Bristol Bay, Alaska. We were sockeye fishermen is our main focus. And I did that for 5 seasons through 2012. And probably the second or third season, I started taking all my wages, from the fishing season.
Yeah.
And I would get it all in salmon. And that's kind of how I started the business originally. So I'd come back to Colorado and I'd do like the second half of the farmers market seasons. And we've done as many as 18 markets throughout the state.
Wow, that's incredible.
Or 12 or so. But we're kind of consolidated down to where we're just in Vail on Sundays, which is another 3 weeks. Saturdays in Edwards, which I think this will be my last week in Edwards on Saturday.
And you're talking about the farmers markets, which are amazing. So you can be found in Edwards and in Vail. And I know Edwards has one more to go.
Right.
Right.
Well, there's 3 more.
There are 3 more, but you're only at the
I'll
last
only be
one.
one more this week. And then Vail's got 3 more.
Right, and you're just outside Loda Joe's in Vail for that, and everybody knows where the Edwards market is.
Yep.
Tell us what you feature at these markets.
So we do about 20 different items of seafood. We got king salmon, sockeye salmon, currently out of our coho at the moment, halibut cheeks, one of my favorites.
Halibut cheeks?
It's the cheek of the fish.
Oh,
wow. Similar texture like scallops or lobster.
Oh, okay.
Pretty unique item. Alaskan weathervane scallops. We've got mahi, sablefish, cod, Key West pink shrimp. We've got some cream cheese based spreads. We'll have our king crab, should be arriving around Thanksgiving usually. The big colossal red king crab.
Those are incredible.
Dungeness. And then we do a sandwich. We call it a salmon wrap. It's a pita flatbread, a coleslaw. I actually did a cooking session with Tracy.
Oh, nice. Here in our kitchen?
Way back in the day, yeah. It's a pita flatbread, a coleslaw, tomatoes and onions, grilled salmon, and a basil vinaigrette on top.
Is there any drool coming out of the side of my mouth? I'm just curious. I feel like there's a little drool happening here. Unbelievable. This sounds incredible. And I want to know something. You guys have this incredible seafood. It's always fresh because you bring it fresh. Mm-hmm. How do we get it in our...
It's a fresh frozen. It's a
well,
frozen
that's what
product.
I figured. We're in Colorado. It would be a little hard. You look at the screen right now, and I don't know which one makes me want to have it quicker, but I'm a fan of all of that. So I can't even begin to tell you. And your prices are reasonable for everything that you have. What I want to do is find out how we can get what we just saw on the screen into our homes.
Yeah, so you can meet me at the market. That's going to be your best options.
Okay.
We always run special at the markets that may not be on the website.
Okay.
So try to find me at the markets, and then, you come to Vail, you can get a salmon wrap. And we're doing a halibut wrap for our 15-year anniversary as well. Just for the halibut. And, we might do that into a little bit next season, but, so those are really popular. But after the market season, we do some local pop-up events.
Nice.
So we'll have all those schedules on the website pretty soon.
Yummy.
But we also deliver right to your doorstep as well.
That's amazing. And I know that you have reasonable pricing for everybody because we love... Now, I'm seeing a difference in the scallops. One are bay and one are sea. Is that correct? The littler ones?
Well, they're both the same. Alaskan weathervanes. It's the size.
Yeah,
so some are just larger.
Okay.
So they come in like a 1.25 pound brick.
Yeah.
Frozen. And one's like a 10-20 count per 1.25 pound, and the other one's like a 30-40 count.
Oh, I got
so
you.
So more like a bacon wrapped on the grill versus like a pasta or something.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I'm telling you what, there's something about scallops that just that texture and everything makes them really exciting.
Yeah, they're really popular items.
I know. I love all of that. And you have so many different varieties because of all of the great fishing that you guys do. Explain to people how, when you say fresh frozen, what I don't think a lot of people know is you literally freeze wrap it right on the spot, don't you guys?
It depends on the fishery.
Okay.
There's a couple different ways. Like the scallops are frozen on the boat.
Right, that's what I heard.
So those are
that's
flash
cool.
frozen on the boat. With our fishery in Bristol Bay, You've heard of Deadliest Catch, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So the crab fishermen down in Dutch Harbor, they're not crab fishing when we're up there fishing for sockeye in June and July. So they come up into Bristol Bay from Dutch Harbor and work as a tender boat service.
Okay.
Those are like 125-foot boats, and we're in like a 32-foot boat. We're pretty small boats.
Right.
So we catch our fish on the boat. It's a gill net fishery. We really have no bycatch, which is awesome. And then we deliver to these tender boats, these Deadliest Catch boats. They offload our boat. They'll offload our boat, and then they deliver it to the cannery where it's processed within 24 hours of being caught.
That's incredible. So it really is super fresh,
Yeah,
and we can expect quality ingredients because it's right off the boat into the packaging, and
Absolutely.
I think that's just amazing.
Yeah.
And let's say the farmer's market's closed, which is going to come up, and let's say in the middle of winter, I want to make some crab, what do you call those?
Like a crab cake? Or?
Yeah, crab cakes, or the, what's the egg thing? I love those. Eggs Benedict, like you make a crab eggs Benedict.
Okay, yeah.
I couldn't think of the name because I was so busy thinking about the fish. So how do we find you when all the markets are closed and we're in the middle of winter, but we want our seafood bad?
Yeah, so kind of going back to the question that I kind of got ahead of myself, Catchbox. So we deliver right to your doorstep, so that's a big part of our business outside of market season.
Okay.
So catchbox.com, and you just order online, and I'll deliver right to your doorstep.
That's amazing.
And then we do a lot of pop-ups kind of correlating with our local farmers markets.
Okay.
And like I said, we'll have that whole schedule on the website here probably in the next couple weeks for our fall and winter season.
All right.
So we cover this valley, Carbondale, Roaring Fork, Front Range. We'll deliver to your doorstep in the metro. But yeah, Catchbox kind of came all about with my wife kind of came up with that name years ago. It's Caleb with a K, so Caleb's Catch, both with Ks. And when COVID happened, we were like, all right, well, my wife was pregnant, or we had just had our son in December of 19. And so we had a newborn, and we were kind of leery of being in these, in-person events with all that going on. So we were like, all right, here's our sign. We just need to sit down and build out this website. So we sat down in March of 2020 and built out the website Catchbox. And that's kind of how we launched Catchbox from Caleb's Catch.
I think it's a really cute name and everything else.
Yeah, and we've kind of stuck with Caleb's Catch in the market scene all these years up until this year. And we finally have transitioned completely over to Catchbox.
Now, do you worry that people are not going to associate the two?
In the beginning of the summer, I had a lot of people walk up, where's Caleb at? Oh, there he is. All right, this is the same thing.
They're figuring it out.
Yeah,
it's
and it's just the website's Catchbox. We were like, we just need to make this across the board, so we're sending people to the right spot. You know, so that's kind of how we transitioned.
I have to say, Catchbox is catchy, and I wasn't trying to be silly, but it really is. It's a catchy name, and I like the logo with the. Is that what's
it's like an Alaskan, native kind of artwork.
I love that.
They've got so many different designs and stuff, but
it's wonderful.
Kind of caught our eye, and we've kind of had it from the beginning.
So, do most of the catches come from Alaska?
The majority of our seafood is Alaskan. I'd say like 80% of it. Our Key West pink shrimps, Key West, Florida, obviously, and then our king salmon that we've had the last couple of years is Columbia River king salmon, which we've got a new shipment of that'll be shipping out in the next 2 or 3 weeks.
Nice.
Really nice salmon. And then our mahi is the only one that's not U.S. caught and processed. That's out of Peru.
Oh, wow.
It's just a really, everybody loves mahi, so we've always carried that. But otherwise, everything else is Alaskan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mahi's the easy fish because it's not fishy and it's fluffy and there's no bones and everybody gets... That is your common order for fish when you're in a restaurant or something like that.
Yeah, like a fish taco. Or,
yes. But salmon is incredible. There's nothing greater than just a delicious salmon.
Absolutely.
And then you were mentioning those cream cheese things. Tell me more about those.
So those are really popular in the valley. Edwards, I'll go to that market and just people buy, 5, 6 at a time.
Wow.
And I feel like a lot of people buy them and they'll just take them to like house parties and stuff as an appetizer. But we've got a salmon and a halibut. The salmon's going to be smoked salmon, dill, red onion, black pepper, and cream cheese.
Yummy.
And then the smoked halibut's toasted sesame, green onion, and garlic salt and cream cheese.
Wow. Where'd you come up with these recipes?
I don't know. It's just messing around in the kitchen, I guess.
No, they're amazing. They're incredible. And I can't I'm sitting here like there's drool coming down. I can't get enough of this amazing seafood experience.
They're like great with crackers on a bagel for breakfast.
Oh, yes.
With a spoon, yeah.
I was raised on this. Okay, we got to go, but I can't thank you enough for being here, Caleb.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is Catchbox. You guys want to get seafood in your house, you can have a party or you can just have a big family event.
We've got a promo code, too.
And we have a promo code that we want to do so you can get 30% off right.
$30 off.
$30, sorry.
Yep.
Okay, $30 off. Your promo code is?
TV8.
What do you know? So
and we'll
TV8,
run that through like around the 1st of November.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So that's great. $30 off an amazing order of all your favorite seafood through Catchbox, and it's catchbox.com.
Correct, yep.
Get your promo code, which is TV8, and save $30 today. And you will see Caleb over at the markets, the Vail Market, for the next 3 weeks, and this weekend over at the Edwards Market to get your seafood fix. That's going to be amazing. I can't thank you enough for being here, Caleb.
Yeah, thank you, Liz.
You're very welcome.
Right.
Caleb's Catch is now Catchbox. Get yourself some seafood today. We'll be right back with more Good Morning Vail right after this.
Good Morning Vail.
Coming up this season on Ready, Set, Renovate, we see one couple fall in love with a waterfront fixer-upper.
It sort of wrapped its arms around us and said, you want me, and we did.
And watch as another battles over the budget.
We're trying to look through and see where we can trim at this point.
Are you looking to trim it, Ginger?
No.
No.
Construction pros show us the right way to renovate.
Well, we had to do a roof over. We had to hand build a lot of the trusses.
As we're putting the thin set down, the self-leveler has a little clip that clips up underneath the edge of the tile.
I'm Andrea Jackson. I'm Mitch English, welcoming you to
Mitch English and Andrea Jackson have co-hosted together for over a decade. And now, only on Daily Flash, they serve up a fast, fun, fresh perspective on the day's trending news and entertainment. Daily Flash offers the latest in pop news, celebrity gossip, fashion, health, wellness, and even some unscripted, irreverent, who knows what's next fun. Daily Flash with Mitch English and Andrea Jackson. Trending news and entertainment.
Think Big features top kid inventors who face off against each other to see who can come up with the most innovative and creative invention. In Think Big, kids acquire and showcase their skills in creativity, science, marketing, design, and don't forget, teamwork. Check your local listings and watch the world's most innovative kids. They create and invent new toys, games, websites, and new modes of transportation. Tune in to Think Big.
Good Morning Vail.
I am so excited. I have to be honest, I'm already ski stoked, and I heard all about the Bluebird ski lockers coming this winter. Let's take a look.
Well, that weather looks pretty incredible, but I'm thinking about the winter weather that's coming up, and that's why I have this guest sitting next to me. I'm really excited. This is our brand new neighbor here in town, Chuck Pass from Bluebird Lockers. This is something that everybody's going to be excited about, whether you are a boarder, a skier, a telemarker, whatever you do. When you want to get up there and fight for lockers or have all that cramped space, no more, because we have you here now. Chuck, I'm really excited to have you here today, and as our new neighbor here in the Seasons building in Avon. Tell us all about the Bluebird locker system that you have planned for all of our athletes and, well, wannabe athletes that are here in our community.
Absolutely. Well, Liz, I want to first of all say thank you very much for having me here.
Our pleasure.
To talk about our new business in the Seasons.
Right.
And we are bluebirdskilockers.com, so you can go to that site and learn more about it. But we're going to make it easy for people. We're having different size lockers for 2 sets of skis, for 4 sets of skis, and of course for your snowboards.
Mm-hmm.
You can put your helmets, some clothes, gloves, accessories in there, so you don't have to schlep it from your condo or your house all the time. You can walk across the street to the Weston lift, so you can go 100 feet or so in your boots, so you don't have to go too far. We want to make it easy for everybody.
Well, I can tell just by listening to what you're saying, it makes it easy. Number one, there's a lot of people that do not like walking around in those boots. They're not really fun. They're super cumbersome. So if you have stairs to deal with or anything like that, you are a hop, skip, and a lift away.
Absolutely.
You like that, how I did that?
Exactly.
Yeah. But this is cool because of the different sizes as well. Now, I've seen your space, which is right next to us here on TV8. It's massive.
Right.
So you're going to have a lot of space for people.
Absolutely. So we're going to have a lounge area where we'll have TVs, couches. So before you go out, you can sit and wait for your partners to come by. We're going to have an outside space. There's a beautiful patio that you can reach to. We'll have 3 entrances and exits. We'll have several changing rooms. We have our own restrooms.
Wow.
We're also going to have a small kitchenette so you can have coffee, tea. We'll have some food there for you. We're going to make it easy and fun for you. Accessibility 24/7.
Look how pretty that is.
7 days a week, exactly. So this is all new stuff that we're coming out with. So the idea is to make it almost like a club.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking it's more like a little gathering space. You can meet your friends there when you're getting ready and all the other fun stuff, but it's really a nice environment. It's almost like a really fancy health club's locker area where you go in and you just feel good. It's kind of elegant looking, but you're doing your favorite sport of life, and then you get to meet your friends, and literally you are right here. So you don't have to worry about walking too far, getting to that lift, or even just going to the parking spaces are really close.
Oh, absolutely. We want to make everything accessible, not make it so hard. I mean, skiing, you have a big workout, truthfully. But if you get your stuff and you can dress easily, and with your friends, it's going to be a social. That's what we want to make it.
I love that.
Very social activity. And like you said, it's going to be like a club.
Yep.
A fancy club is the idea.
And everybody gets to see each other with their helmets off first.
Right.
And everybody can recognize who everybody is at the same time.
Exactly.
Which I think is great. Now, I am not, anybody who knows me knows I'm not the greatest skier. But what I did figure out when I was trying is it's a very cumbersome sport. I couldn't even, and I'm not that strong, so I couldn't lug everything. And if I had to lug it all the way up to the lift and everything else, it would be really, it wouldn't make it fun for me.
Exactly.
And it didn't make it fun for me.
Right. You'd be worn out before you got to.
I was exhausted.
To the thing. The other few things that we're offering people is that if you want to have your skis tuned, you let us know. We're working with another sporting goods store that tunes skis.
Wow.
We will take them out of your locker for you. We will deliver them, get them tuned overnight, and bring them back.
That's a service.
So that's a good little service for you. If you live out of town, you're only going to come for a week or two. We're also going to save some lockers that you could rent for a week, which is a little different than most people do. You can ship them to us. We'll ship them back to you. We're going to make it as easy as possible for you. But we really found that taking care of your skis and bindings and boots, and if you have a problem, and you don't have time to get it fixed, we'll take care of it for you.
This is full service.
It's full service. We're also going to have a little area in there that you can do a little bit of tweaking on your skis too. We'll have a few vices. But there's a few little things, but it won't be a full service thing by any means inside. So
just
that
for
will
people
go.
who know how to tighten their boots, like a little key wrench or whatever. Exactly. Whatever they use there.
Right. If you have a few issues with your boots or your helmet or whatever, there'll be a little area for you to work on that too.
I can't tell you how excited. I can feel the excitement about this because. Let me ask you something. So a lot of pass holders, there's only a limited amount of space for lockers up where people go.
Exactly.
And it's usually a first come, first served basis, and then everybody's kind of stranded. And then for safety purposes, this is my biggest thing. A lot of things get, unfortunately, even in a beautiful place like this, people will take your stuff if it's just sitting out there in the open. I've heard so many stories last year where people just walk away with someone's skis and things like that.
Absolutely. So every locker is locked.
Right.
You'll have your own combination, 100%. There'll be a key code to get into the facility.
Ooh. So
if somebody is not at the desk at that moment, you know, safety-wise, it's going to be very, very secure. Skis will never be let out. I mean, if we have skis out, it's because they're getting tuned.
Right.
But we will put them away immediately. If you ship them to us, they're going to be in a locked, place in the facility.
Those lockers look huge. You can really store a lot. I mean, where I live, I couldn't even put a ski in our little locker area.
Oh, right.
This is really fantastic, and I like how you have the apparatuses where you can hang your stuff on there as well.
Oh, absolutely.
And even if people want to snowshoe and come on up,
oh,
and
yes.
you have a change of clothes or
Right.
anything. Now, is there a price structure that you're going to work with?
Right. So they're really rented by the year.
Okay.
So just to give you an idea on a price for 2 sets of skis with all the accessories, it'll be $19.95 a year.
That's it?
That's it. And then for 4 sets, it'll be $29.95 for the entire year. That's what people don't realize sometimes. It's not a month. It's not a week. It's an entire year.
That is remarkable. That's affordable for everybody.
For everybody, especially people that live in a 1,400 square foot condo. Where do you put your stuff all the time? It's really a bummer. And drying it out. We're also going to have boot dryers to let you know. So you can put your boots on there while you're changing back into your street clothes. By that time, your boots will be dry. Throw them right back into the facility. We're also going to have vents in there so your clothes will dry. I mean, it's a very dry atmosphere here anyway.
Yes,
but
it is.
still things get moist, gloves and stuff like that. So, we're always thinking about that to keep things dry.
This is remarkable. You haven't missed a beat on this.
Well, we're trying. I mean, we're trying. This is my son in my operation, and we have some business partners also involved. And we've all been skiers over the years, so we kind of know what people were looking for. And when I used to come skiing, oh my gosh, 50 years ago, we had nothing like this at all.
50, come on.
I mean, oh my gosh, yes. I'm actually longer than that. So the skis were much longer. Everything
I
was
remember
different.
they were huge.
Oh, we used to ski with over 200 centimeters, like it was no big deal. But with the parabolic skis now, the skis have gotten shorter. So you could fit more stuff in the lockers, which is nice, I have to say. And you should be able to fit your cross-country skis and like snowshoes, like you were talking about. You can use it for other accessories.
Sure.
We're also going to have about 7 rooms that are going to be 10 by 10, 10 by 15, if people want to rent one of those. Now, that's a whole thing. Will it be a couch?
What?
It'll be your own personal thing. You could actually put your bicycles in there if you choose in the summertime. You'll have still for ski stuff. I mean, they're pretty substantial. That's a whole different price structure. So that's something you can call us on, to be honest with you.
But I mean, you guys have thought of
that's a new deal.
Everything as far as, talk about the word convenience.
That's number one, is
and
convenience.
affordability.
Affordability.
And security.
Absolutely.
And happy.
And happy, 100%.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's going to be so happy. I'm blown away by the prices because, a lot of times out here, everybody's like, oh, I want to do this and that, but the expense is so high.
Yep.
So you know what? If people save up all year long for that pass, they only have a little extra money if they want to throw down for that locker.
That's right.
And I just think it's magnificent. And you are 100% correct. I'm one of those people that live in a very small condo.
Yeah.
And when they built condos out here forever ago, they didn't have any storage. It was for people to come in, change their clothes, and leave.
Exactly. Yeah, times have changed.
Yes, they
truthfully.
have.
And,
but you're going with the times.
We're trying to go with our times. And we just know by us living here with the facilities and talking to a lot of the local people, we're becoming a local person now too. I mean, we're still very new in the area, but just hearing what they wanted. And We've come out in the last year talking to a lot of people and looking at the competition, of course, but most people's lockers are at the ski resorts.
Right.
This is kind of a different idea that we're hoping, people will catch on to and enjoy. And this building is just perfect with condos above it, and the location's fabulous, I think. And
it's perfect location. And just to sum this up, if you are looking to have the greatest experience coming up this summer, you have a place to stash your stuff, a place to meet your peoples, change, and all the other good stuff. Grab a little, water or something like that. This is magnificent. I can't thank you enough for being here and being part of our community now and doing something that should have happened a long time ago. So I'm really grateful that you're here, and I know everybody is ready for this. How do people reach you so they can get this ready for the winter? So
bluebirdskilockers.com. You can go on there, and we have a phone number, and I just got my number, so I don't know it. It's 970-343-6220. But most people want to go to the website, and you can sign up now because we're starting to do reservations for people. We hope to be open by Thanksgiving, first week of December.
That's fast.
So construction has started, but it's going to take a few months, honestly. So, we'll work with you 100%.
This is Chuck Pass, like Ski Pass. This is Bluebird Ski Lockers. This is going to be amazing, and we're so welcoming you to the community and as our new neighbors. Get ready to get yourself super convenient for the winter. I'm Liz. We'll be right back with Good Morning Vail right after this.
Welcome to Street Magic. I'm Elizabeth Stanton with some of the most terrifying stunts, extraordinary extreme escapes, and the most amazing cutting-edge magicians you'll ever see in one show. Get ready to have your mind turned inside out. The hand is definitely quicker than the eye.
It's fake.
I'm Amy Goodman, host of Democracy Now! Our independent news hour offers diverse perspectives and unique opinions, often unheard in the mainstream media, live as the news unfolds. Tune in for Democracy Now!, the War and Peace Report, weekday mornings at 9 and evenings at 6 on TV8 Vail, Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on Channel 92.
From small towns to big cities and everywhere in between, we're covering the great things that are happening right now in the USA. This is Positively America with Ernie Anastas.
Each week, we're going to focus on the great things that are happening every day in the USA. We'll feature change makers.
In every older person, there's a younger person saying, how did this happen?
Innovators.
I talk about design the way some people might talk about like the person they're in love with.
Doers and dreamers.
You can use that recognition to pay it forward.
Ordinary Americans accomplishing extraordinary things.
When you smile, you receive one back most of the time.
We're going to prove to you that optimism and hope are paving the way to an even brighter tomorrow.
We've got a lot of programs that are specifically focused on the children of our fallen heroes.
At Positively America, our mission is to feature good news.
Experience the beauty of fall on the rails of the Leadville Railroad. Take in the cool mountain breeze as you climb to 11,000 feet to watch the vibrant reds, oranges, and golds of fall come alive. Enjoy delicious hot beverages, learn some history, and relax with family and friends. Create fall memories in the heart of the Rocky Mountains. Offering daily trips, the weekend specials sell out fast. To secure your seat, book today at leadvillerailroad.com.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the show. Now, one of our favorite places to go is the Bookworm in Edwards. And Allie came in and is talking about an event today that we're really stoked about and some events next week. Let's take a look.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back. It's the Thursday edition of Good Morning Vail on TV8. I'm your host, Liz, and I have another wonderful guest with me. I love the Bookworm, which is located in Riverwalk in Edwards, and Allie Teague is here to talk about all the great things that you guys have going on there. You have some events coming up. We're going to talk a little bit about some banned books, and we have a pile of books here to chat about. So where do you want to start first? I don't even know where to go. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on at the Bookworm, and if anybody is living under a rock and you're not sure about the Bookworm, it's one of the greatest places we have here. It's a great hub. It's a place to meet people. The kids love it there. There's so many activities going on. And of course, books like crazy.
Oh, yeah.
So what's happening over at the Bookworm coming up?
We have some awesome events coming up. First is this Saturday, actually, speaking of kids, we have our Mind Fall story time. It's our fourth mindfulness movement story time with local yoga teacher Rachel Glowacki.
Oh, I know Rachel.
Yeah, she's awesome.
She's great.
She does a really, really fun job of getting the kids moving and doing yoga and like breath exercises while reading them stories.
Wow, that's really intriguing and unique, and I've never heard of anything like that. And I know you have a room big enough, that one off to the side, it's got that huge space for the kids to romp around and stuff.
They love it. We've been doing it every season, and this time it's actually on the fall solstice. So
oh my gosh, that's going to be wonderful. And I'm sure the kids love Rachel and they just have a great time.
Oh, yeah.
Do they get distracted trying to move and listen to the story at the
No,
same
they love
time?
it. They actually like pay attention better because their bodies are moving.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So the takeaway is even grander than normal. I'm pretty impressed with that. That's really cool. I love Rachel too, so that's really nice. She's great with the kids.
Awesome.
That's just one thing you guys do. And I know there's so many other things. So you have some events coming up as well. What do you have coming up for everybody to know about?
So that story time's at 10 on Saturday. And then next week, next Friday, we have a pretty big poll. His name is Kyle Prue.
Okay.
If you're into social media at all, especially TikTok, you probably know who he is.
He's young.
He wrote this book called How to Piss Off Men.
Written by a guy. I like that.
It's so awesome.
Is
he does a whole TikTok series called How to Piss Off Men.
Oh my
And
gosh.
he just lists these burns and one-liners that you can say if you're like in a bar and some guy is hitting on you and you want him to just like leave you alone. You can just say something to piss him off and drive him away.
Oh my gosh.
Some of my favorites are, is that cosplay when you see a man wearing a football jersey? Hilarious. They're pretty good. It should be total laugh out loud, full of jokes, burns, one-liners. Grab your girlfriends. It's going to be a super fun night. We'll have food as well. It's a blast. It's going to be so much fun.
You know what I like? The fact that a man wrote a book on how to pee off a man, which is great. And I mean, I've noticed a lot of these TikTok people are branching out because they're not just, they start off very smart to be on TikTok, but then they branch out. Now they're writing books and everything else. America's youth is killing me.
It's
Okay,
awesome.
and then what else?
And then on October 10th, I'm really excited. We have Rex Ogle coming in for his new book, Road Home.
Road Home.
And we're doing this event in partnership with Mountain Youth and Mountain Pride.
Aww.
It's actually happening on World Mental Health Day, which is awesome.
This sounds really good.
Rex has lived, this is the third book in a series of young adult memoirs. These are his other two. Punching Bag and Free Lunch. Free Lunch won a ton of awards when it came out.
Really?
Yeah.
And these are all mental health based?
Yeah. So like this one is about him growing up in a lower socioeconomic family in like a more wealthy area.
Oh, wow.
And having to be on the free lunch program. And this is about the physical abuse he suffered at home.
Oh my goodness.
And Road Home, his new one, is about when he was a teenager, his dad found out that he was gay and kicked him out of the house.
Oh my gosh.
And so he was homeless for a couple months.
Oh my gosh.
But Rex is truly one of the most resilient people I've met.
He must be.
I'm really excited to hear his story and hear how he got through those times and became the truly incredible man that he is today. He's got very, very inspiring.
So is he going to do a signing for everybody? And he's going to talk about his experiences and how he came up with obviously the information for his book, which is his own experience, which I really appreciate because people can write about things that they don't know about or they can write about what they've lived through. And he sounds like a brave, incredible person. And I'm really sad to hear that he got kicked out for being his authentic self. And I think that by bringing him in, there's a lot of people that probably experienced what he experienced. So they can listen to his story and maybe it can empower them as well.
Totally.
Because there's a lot of people that are a little bit lost and they're confused and they don't know where to turn.
Totally.
And if you have somebody like this coming to the Bookworm, maybe it'll help a lot of other people, which is really important.
Very. And the one thing I'm most excited about this whole memoir series is that he wrote them for teenagers.
Wow.
Because he was a teenager when he went through this stuff, and he knows that there's other teenagers that are going through it. So we partnered with, like I said, Mountain Youth and Mountain Pride, because they work a lot with our local teens. And so we want to make sure our local teens who may or may not be going through something like this either see what happens to other kids or feel represented and seen by people like Rex.
That's amazing. And not only do you guys take care of our community, but you bring on some of the subjects that are a little bit more sensitive, and you really open your whole world up to everybody. You embrace everybody in the community, and everybody feels like that's a safe space over at the Bookworm, and I really think that's very special as well. And it's really important that people understand this. There's a place that you can go where you are at home and accepted and just as beautiful person as everybody else, and I really, really appreciate that, what you guys do over there, because it really, I mean, come on, where are we at? 2024 already? Hello, let's wake up, everybody, really. Seriously. And speaking of waking up, I hear about a lot of banned books. Oh, yeah. And I mean, that drives me nuts. I mean, I'm a lot older than you, and I remember when we were younger, we were reading all these books, and maybe they did strike nerves. But it's important to strike a nerve when you're reading something. Why else are you going to get something out of it if you're not going to get challenged? Exactly. That's a perfect word. I'm glad you came up with that. Yeah, but it's really true. So tell us about what you're doing with all of that.
Yeah, so next week marks Banned Books Week. It's celebrated every year.
Okay.
By the American Libraries Association, is like kind of the larger organization that kind of pushes banned book weeks forward.
Okay.
So does the American Booksellers Association. And it's a week to essentially call attention to these book bans and support the authors whose books are consistently being banned and challenged. So those words are used often interchangeably. They do mean different things. Basically, challenge, they saw in 2023, so the American Libraries Association every year does statistics on how many books were challenged every year. And in 2023, they saw the most challenges they've ever seen. Ever, like by a factor of like a multiple factors. And banning books is when the actual library or school pulls them from the shelves.
I'm blown away by that whole scenario.
It's, if you want, there's a lot of really great information. It's called the Office of Intellectual Freedom. It's under the American Libraries Association. Definitely look them up. They have a lot of cool statistics and a lot of resources on how you can support reading these banned books. And one of the things they found was that over 50% of the books that were challenged for reasons of having LGBTQIA representation and people of color. Either
this
written by
makes me
people
mad.
of color. Yeah. So
it really does. It angers me.
It's very frustrating.
First of all, where do these people where do they have the authority to take these books away just because they don't like the topic?
So I think what happens is that a lot of times it's parents. And so their kid comes home and they're reading a book and they don't like what they're reading, and so they go to the school, and that is considered a challenge. And then the school, whether or not they decide, it usually goes to the school district at that point, can decide whether or not to take it from the shelf. And, there's a lot of factors into why they decide to take it off. Could be pressures, could be, they do truly believe their kids shouldn't be reading it. And the ALA, the American Library Association, and the American Booksellers Association, and us at the Bookworm, believe that we understand that not every book is for every child.
Sure.
But every child deserves to see themselves represented in the books that they read.
Oh my goodness. And I feel like when they take these books away, and parents, I hope you're listening because I'm going to say this, I feel like it shelters the children. Even if the child is not associating with the book, they still gain knowledge. They still understand what other people are about. I mean, you can't live in this tunnel vision world where everything is just one way. The world is filled with colorful experiences and people of different natures and colors and authentic selves. And if we don't understand and read and know about them, then we're all going to be ignorant. And I think that the kids need to have their minds open and to be able to experience and explore all the people of this world. And they still are their own humans. They're still going to be who they are and make their own choices. They just have knowledge.
And I personally believe, what's a safer place to do that than a book? Because you can set it down if you're, feeling too overwhelmed by it. And if the child's reading about it, they can, pause and talk to the parent, and they can have like a real dialogue and conversation before experiencing something in person that they're not prepared for.
See, that's a very, very intelligent way to look at it. And that way everybody's prepared and they're knowledgeable and all that stuff. I can't thank you enough for being here.
Thank you.
This is Tegan. And you guys have to get on over to the bookstore for all of these wonderful signings. And this looks like a super funny book, How to Piss Off Men.
Mm-hmm.
I know how to do it without the book, but still, this is going to be super funny and all the other great things you guys have coming up. It's The Bookworm in Riverwalk and Edwards. Allie, thank you so much for being here with us and for talking about such an important subject.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Allie at The Bookworm, everybody. We'll be back with more TV8 Vail after this.
Good morning, Vail.
This is Necklace. This easy-to-use, non-surgical alternative improves the appearance of sagging skin around your neck and jawline. Made from medical-grade tape, Necklace lasts up to 10 hours, giving you a firmer, smoother look all day long. Women everywhere are thrilled with the results.
Necklace is my time machine, and I'm loving life again.
Necklace is way better than surgery. It's cheaper, and it's easier.
Use the on-screen QR code or visit sagnomore.com to order now. We even give you a money-back guarantee. Try Necklace today.
You know TV8 Vail has great local content, but did you know about our production services? Hire an expert to develop your website reel, commercials, live stream events, studio production, and more. If you can dream it, we can help you do it. TV8 delivers high-quality content in both English and Spanish. Contact us today to discuss your next project. Email Danielle at tv8vail.com or call 970-628-9881.
Good morning, Vail.
Thank you for spending this Saturday with us here in Good Morning Vail. We learned so much about catching fish. I'm so excited about that, as well as ski lockers coming very soon to the Vail Valley, and the bookworm, and so much more. I hope you have a great day out there. Have some fun, and it's almost fall right around the corner. Have a great one, and we'll see you tomorrow for more Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things